Hi. Um, Earlier today, I had a video that I had pre-recorded and uploaded to my channel on Friday. Um, and I didn't realize how relevant it would be based on what happened yesterday in Minnesota. And I pre-record for a few reasons. One, I have a full-time job, so I can't do this every single day yet. But when I do set an intention before each reading that the message be something that people need to hear when they hear it, and that it be relevant and helpful on the day it's released. I wish that it hadn't been so relevant, because yesterday, if you're here, you're very likely the type of person who cares enough to pay attention to the news. And we all know what news that was coming out of Minnesota. But yesterday, a man should have been able to go home. A man who should have been able to wake up today and talk with friends and family is not able to because of what occurred, because of maladapted men who are playing video games in real life. And last night, as I was laying in my bed trying to sleep, this thought kept turning through my mind, so I made a note that I needed to make another video today. Today's video is about standing your ground, standing up for your values. And earlier in the week, I talked about how Spirit was asking us to make a shift. And as I was laying in bed, I saw how those pieces fit together, specifically with what is happening in the United States. And I imagine that this could be applicable to other situations as well outside of the U.S., but this is where I live, and this is what I'm familiar with, so I'm going to speak to that, but it has applications beyond the scope of what we're facing here in America. We are at the point where we need to break the cycle. I know in spiritual cycles, there are circles, especially in tarot and astrology, we talk about cycles ending, and we talk about beginning again. But if you have ever been the person to break a cycle of violence in your own family, then you know what I'm talking about. When you break a cycle, it can't be repeated again. And it is time to break the cycle of violence against humanity, to break the cycle of violence against minorities, to break the cycle of violence against people who stand up for truth, for people who are here to do the right thing. And earlier in the week, I posted a video. A message I got was about shifting, and that video kept hitting me in the face last night as I was trying to sleep, because to break, and I have been somebody who broke a cycle of violence. I know what it's like to work through that process. It is not an easy or comfortable one, but it can be done, and once you do it, you are free from it forever. To break a cycle, you must stop feeding whatever it is that enables that cycle to continue. And in this instance, what we are facing now in America is a cycle of hate, a cycle of vengeance, a cycle of retaliation, a cycle of brutal violence. and we need to shift toward love. Now, love is not passive. Let me repeat that. Love is not passive. Ask any mom who has ever felt that her child was threatened, any good mom. And you will know that love is not a passive thing. Love is what inspires us and encourages us and drives us to protect those who need protecting. Love is not about vengeance or retaliation. Love is not about violence. As we do whatever we need to do to end what is happening here, we need to do it through the lens and through the energy of love. It's not passive. It's not meek. But it is time to stand up. If you haven't watched those videos, I hope you will watch them because, I don't earn any money from this. I don't know if that will ever change. I don't know what, I don't like setting myself in a corner, or boxing myself into possibility, but I am not doing this for money. I just want to help. And I know that I can. And there are other things I'm doing also to help, but this is one way I feel like I can help. So if you haven't watched any of them, I encourage you to. My hope is that something in those videos will help. It help you deal with the tragedy that we're facing. And it's not just one event. Because we need to stand up. We need to stand up in love.